Apple Computer is one of the fastest growing Fortune 200 companies, finishing 1987 with more than $2.5 billion in revenue and beginning 1988 with its first billion-dollar quarter. Fast growth in an industry of rapid change, where access to current information is vital. To keep up, Apple is developing a management information system to link its 16 data centers worldwide with the Macintosh personal computers on every desktop in the company, a model for a new era of flexible, accessible information systems.
The big focus we have at Apple is to be able to take advantage of our own technology, because if we can't use it effectively, how can we expect anyone else to? It turns out that the kinds of problems that we have as a fast-growing company, where change is really built into everything that we do, gives us an ideal laboratory in order to experiment with what will work the best. And what we're finding is that the Macintosh is an incredibly powerful tool for the individual when we can effectively connect up to host mainframes or connect up to other personal computers, even if they aren't our own. I think one of the big coups for Apple Computer this past year has been attracting Alan Loren to head up our information systems and technology. Alan's approach is, let's look at the business that we're in. Let's design the database, the information that we're going to need, and let's create it in such a way that we can then map any organization structure or any business strategy that we might have upon it.
We think if we design this information technology platform the right way, that it'll serve us for a long period of time. It'll be impervious to organization change. It'll give us the flexibility to grow in what's a very rapidly changing business world. And we want to do that better than anybody else, and obviously with our own technology, but knowing that we'll have to interact with all the technology that's out there. But it's terribly important that we go beyond just what I would call showcasing our product. If we bring a customer in and say, let us show you our order entry system, which has Macintoshes talking in a peer-to-peer environment with another vendor's equipment, that this is real stuff.
There's a Macintosh on every desktop at Apple's Cupertino headquarters, and they're all connected together and to other environments by way of Apple's personal computer network, Apple Talk.
Connecting everybody together with Apple Talk is very inexpensive, under $50 per connection. We don't have to buy cards for every Mac or other expensive connections. There's a chip on every Macintosh that basically builds in the Apple Talk protocol set.
Each Macintosh is connected to the network over standard phone lines with PhoneNet connectors by Farallon Computing. The lines terminate in phone closets, where they're joined into local area networks of 10 or 20 nodes by means of patch panels. That makes reconfiguring the networks easy when people move around. Bridges are used to connect these workgroups into zones, and Ethernet cables connect the phone closets of all 32 buildings. The network extends well beyond the Cupertino office complex to every office worldwide, bringing access to corporate databases to the desktops of thousands of employees.
The information that's needed in managing a business is, what are your customers' requirements? Where are your products to fulfill those customers? And what are the trends in your marketplace? And you need that information today and now.
That information is maintained on IBM mainframes and mini computers at each regional data center and consolidated in Cupertino. It's made available through SAMS, Apple's internal sales and marketing information system. When SAMS was created 4 years ago, the Macintosh functioned as a terminal emulator, with each keystroke seen and responded to by the host. Constant communication, just as though the Macintosh were a dumb terminal. Users needed to learn a set of navigational commands and function keys. It's not the familiar interface of Macintosh. SAMS was improved with the addition of Dynacom communication software by FutureSoft Engineering, which takes advantage of the icons, pictures, radio buttons, checkboxes, scrolling windows, and dialog boxes that help make Macintosh so easy to use. But SAMS is still rather inflexible. Adding new kinds of information to the system or new ways of summarizing the figures can only be done by revising the host program. So while SAMS makes important information available, people at Apple who work on Macintoshes every day have come to expect more. Soon, a new custom system called SMART, Sales and Marketing Analysis and Reporting Tool, will replace SAMS. With SMART, the Macintosh is used as an intelligent workstation, not just a terminal, and the System 38 host acts as a very large database peripheral. Without logging on to the host, the user tells the Macintosh what information to look up, then decides how the data will be displayed, pointing and clicking to set up a spreadsheet format. The data specifications and spreadsheet formats can be saved and used over and over again. The Macintosh will log on to the host immediately or as instructed, send a request for data, receive the data, log off, and configure the report. SMART offers several advantages. The Macintosh and host software can be updated independently. Communication channels are used only briefly during the data retrieval. Users have the flexibility they need to define and format reports. SMART can even export the data to Microsoft Excel, so Excel macros can be used to do more elaborate analysis and graphing, all automatically. Making things easier for the user helps Apple's information services people too.
Typical host applications require a lot of training, require a lot of support. They don't have a lot of flexibility. They are the way they are. And if the user wants a change, he has to put in a request to make a change. It takes a long time. And what we want to do is get the same kind of environment that a person has with their Macintosh personal computer and extend that to the host.
It's great to have support for your sales and marketing people, but if you think about it, maybe the best place to have information systems is for your customers.
Apple's Customer Relations Group answers the calls and letters that come into Cupertino headquarters, 4,000 of them a week.
There's a lot of challenges in managing the customer relations group. One thing is we want a consistent response. We want them to be able to answer the call quickly and get off of the phone quickly because another phone call is waiting for them.
The Customer Relations Information System, CRIS, was developed to meet the particular challenges of this work group, but it offers an exciting look at the possibilities of office automation. There are several activities connected with customer service: looking up current information, creating and printing customized form letters, keeping records of calls or letters by customer name, and maintaining call profiles for management information. CRIS uses Helix VMX database software by Odesta Corporation to put all these functions in one easy-to-use package. The front end of the application runs on Macintoshes, and the database server runs on a VAX.
It's going to allow us to be much more automated than we've ever been before, have the information much more available than we've ever had it before. And I think in the long run, I mean, the goal here is to be able to respond to customers much better than we have before.
Apple's Information Services and Technology Group is not merely concerned with the traditional role of crunching numbers and printing reports, but with a far more encompassing strategic task: to provide tools that improve the productivity of individuals. Automated access to information wherever and however it is stored, and the flexibility to interpret that information in new ways.
And we think that the technology that we ourselves produce, this great personal computing technology, used the right way and used with other technologies, because we are dealing in a multi-vendor world, will give us a highly productive workforce and a competitive edge.
The future of management information systems that are truly useful resources may well look like this: Apple's information retrieval system, AIRS.
AIRS is written in HyperCard, and then it uses Dynacom scripts in the back to, at night, access our VAX to get the HR information, our System 38 to get the sales information, and our mainframe to get some of our financial information, and store it on an Apple Share file server using HyperCard as the access mechanism.
AIRS launches Excel macros to automatically manipulate the data and create graphs and tables that are stored on the file server for immediate access. Users can also write their own macros to create custom reports. The hosts can be accessed directly for interactive sessions just by clicking on an icon. But for the most commonly needed reports, the user doesn't need to learn the host applications, interact directly with the hosts, or even know where the data is to be found. This is truly a system that lets people focus on their tasks rather than on the tools. And it's a flexible system that can grow and change easily. New features, reports, and databases can be added simply by changing or adding scripts and cards.
In this case, you'll have 2,000 of our employees able to have access to similar information, and information from a lot of databases, not just one mainframe, but databases that could be all over the world. The true power of this is bringing information into the world of the individual so that he or she can manage and manipulate information in ways that are meaningful to them.
Apple is raising the standards for information technology. It's not just a matter of linking small computers to big computers. It's linking information to the people who must act on it. Apple is building a company-wide information system that serves as a strategic competitive resource in a rapidly changing industry. It is harnessing the power and simplicity of Macintosh as a flexible, intelligent probe that finds the precise information a decision maker requires, no matter where it resides, and then displays it with clarity and impact. The information system taking shape at Apple today is setting the pace for tomorrow.